Good morning, you beautiful souls. Welcome to your morning messages. Happy Saturday. I have not opened Sacred Space yet, so give me a second while I do this. I figured I would show people how to do it. So I normally light a little candle and then I say a little prayer, which I'll do in a minute. And Palo Santo, forgot. This is my cleansing. So we just let it burn a little bit. And then we cleanse over our space, all the cards. Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, please protect our space. Please bring forth the messages that everybody needs to hear today on this beautiful Saturday. Cleanse me up. Any energy that I might have caught in the gym, please remove it from me. This shit smells so good. So this is how you can open sacred space in your own home, or if you come home from work and you just feel icky, say a quick little prayer, light a candle, or you can use Palo Santo or sage. All right, I'm gonna go put this on my little incense holder. I'm gonna let it burn while I do the reading so I can smell it. I wish there was smell-o-vision so you guys could see it. Okay, yay, now it just feels nice and grounded and clean. Okay, so I felt called to grab my Heart Thoughts book today. And I also felt this energy of excitement and joy. So maybe somebody out there is feeling that, because I mean, I'm always in that energy. I try to be, but I feel it like extra today. So let's see what messages, let's see why Spirit was making me feel that way. Okay, it says, all my experiences are right for me. We have been going through doors since the moment we were born. That was a big door and a big change. The already messages coming through. So I was just thinking about if you believe in past lives and multiple lifetimes, think about like when we transition, like when we leave our bodies, you know, it's probably uncomfortable near the end for most people if they're at an older age or if they have a disease or something. And it's like they can't wait to get out of their body, right? Or our soul thinks that way, I would assume. And then all of a sudden we transition, who knows where we go? And then think about it, like we jump back into another body. But before we're in that body, we have to stay trapped in our mother's womb for 9 months. Imagine like being in a dark space for 9 months. I always wonder, like, are we like dying to get out? I know we're growing and I believe the soul is awake and aware at that time. But I never really gave it much thought until a couple of weeks ago. I heard a spiritual teacher talking about this, and they're like, our soul cannot wait to get out of our mother's belly. We can't wait to feel the sunshine. We can't wait for the physical experience. And this just reminded me that when it says that was a big door and a big change, it says we've been going through doors since the moment we were born. So that just brought me back to that spiritual teaching that I heard about, that when we're in our mother's womb, we are like trapped, we're in darkness, and it's like we cannot wait to be free. Okay, it says we came to this planet to experience life this particular time around. We chose our parents and we have been through many doors since then. We came equipped with everything within us that we need to live this life fully and richly. We have all the wisdom, we have all the knowledge, we have all the abilities and all the talents. We have all the love and all the emotions that we need. Life is here to support us and take care of us. And we need to know and trust that it is so. Doors are constantly closing and constantly opening. If we stay centered in ourselves, then we are always safe no matter which doorway we pass through. Oh, I love that. I'm going to read that again. Doors are constantly closing and constantly opening. And if we stay centered in ourselves, then we are always safe no matter which doorway we pass through. Even when we pass through the last doorway on this planet. I was just talking about that. It is not the end. It is the beginning of another new adventure. This is hilarious. Past lives, hello. So let us know that we're always safe. It is all right to experience change. Today is a new day. We will have many wonderful new experiences. We are loved, we are safe, and so it is. Fuck yeah. And then it says, fear comes from not trusting the process of life to be here, to be there for you. The next time you are frightened, say, I trust the process of life to take care of me. This resonates so deeply with me because financial worries are like a big thing for me right now. And I go through like lulls where I get a lot of abundance and then it's like a huge drought. And it's like in the drought, I have to always remember that the abundance always comes. I'm always taken care of. God and the universe always show up for me. Archangel Michael is my man and he is just always protecting me. And I believe that even with like doors opening and doors closing, we think that the financial drought that we're in are doors just closing. We don't know how another door is going to open. And then all of a sudden you get an idea, an inspiration, an opportunity, someone messages you, you get a paycheck, you get a weird refund on something. And it's like all the worries dissipate and you're just like, I'm taken care of. This is exactly what I needed. I got it when I needed it. Holy cow. And you start to really trust the process. And then you start to really do that dance with life where you're like, okay, like it feels, I was just teaching a girl about this in a reading last night where she was dealing with a lot of anxiety and she just got out of a marriage for 10 years where there was not much love. And she's in a new partnership now and it happened like super fast. It's like she transitioned from the 10-year marriage to her new partnership. And she was, society will tell us, well, you need to be single for a while and you need to do your healing and you need to do blah, blah, blah. No, hello, that girl has been in a marriage for 10 years with no love. The universe was like, finally, she left that shit. And now we can supply her with the most magical love on the planet as quickly as we can. So we are always being given exactly what we need. And we do not sit and judge how fast it comes, when it comes, how it comes. We just let it in. We have to allow the love in. And we have to say no to what we've been giving energy to that drains us and it doesn't make us feel good. And sometimes that's careers. And that's why doors opening and doors closing are such a beautiful thing, because a lot of us right now in 2022, 2021 was a huge let go. A lot of people left their jobs, started new endeavors, left relationships. The divorce rates were huge last year, and they're going to be even higher this year because a lot of people were paired up with their partner, their current partner, when they weren't awake. And they were choosing that person because of old patterns and traumas. And it's like a trauma bond. It's like two people that don't really truly see their true nature yet. They haven't centered themselves. They haven't found unconditional love for themselves. And then they meet each other and they're the same. They're mirroring at the time. And then they get married and then they have kids. And this could just be a regular partnership, not a marriage. But you get drawn to this person because that's the vibration that you're at that time. But then when you awaken and you realize your true nature and you're like, oh, I really love myself. I see all of my experiences as perfect. It says, we will have many wonderful new experiences. We are loved, we are safe, and so it is. Today is a new day. So when you start to have that mindset that's different from the old you, you no longer attract the person that you're with. If anything, you get repelled and you get pushed away. And then all of a sudden new people start coming in your life and you're like, this is more my speed. This is where I should be. And it's happening in so many of my readings. I'm counseling so many women through this, and they can't stay where they're at because they're like, it's not me anymore. And that's okay. You're allowed to get divorced. You're allowed to break up. There's no rules. The only rule is you have to go to bed every night feeling good. That's the only rule you follow. And I just heard a thought that's like, that's why I'm on this channel. I feel like that spirit saying, that's why we're using Michelle's body and mouth to tell you this, is because spirit wants all of you watching. If there's 20 of you, if there's thousands of you in a couple months or next week, they want you to go to bed every single night feeling so lit up about your life, feeling excited about the next door that's going to open, not worrying when a door closes, because you know that when a door closes, there's another one on the other side of the room opening, or there's a window opening. So having that energy of, I like life, I understand life, I know life is always here for me. I know that people are always literally brought to me when I am choosing myself. So if you are putting energy towards something in your life that no longer serves you, and you're just like, this is not a match to me, you can do it. You can take that step. And that's what I told the sweet girl in the reading last night. She just was like, she had so much anxiety because she just was second guessing all of her decisions, and she's going through all these changes. She left her job. She's going back to school. She's in a new partnership. She's now kind of like a single mom. She has alone time now when her kids go with her ex-husband. So she's just this fragile butterfly in this new world, and she's shaky, and that's her anxiety. And I was teaching her that. I was like, hey babe, when you take steps in your life and when you don't stay in your comfort zone, it's gonna be shaky. But when you're feeling that shakiness, you can rest in yourself and say, fuck yeah, I do not stay in my comfort zone. I did not choose to stay in that 10-year marriage that was loveless, and it was stunting my growth, and it didn't make me feel good. I took a step. The door opened for her, but she had to walk through it. So when we're walking through it, it's shaky and we don't know what's on the other side, and that's normal. And that's when you know you've understood life and that you're in the game, is when you have anxiety, because your body is telling you there's change, this is good. We're stretching you, we're growing you, step into it, step through the fear. When you are staying comfortable, that's not growth. You're just staying stagnant. So embrace your anxiety. If you're going through a lot of changes, high five yourself. Be like, I am somebody that takes steps. I take leaps of faith. I am not afraid to dance with life. Awesome. Thank you, Spirit. That was so good. All my experiences are right for me. I might post this on my Instagram because it's so damn good. I just wish, yeah. We have all the abilities and the talents. Sometimes we think we can't take that step and walk through the door because we think we can't do it. We think we're not smart enough, or we're not brave enough, or what if it doesn't work out? But what if it does? What if it works out way better than you could have ever expected? Don't let your mind trick you. Doors are constantly closing and constantly opening if we stay centered in ourselves. So amazing. Okay, let's do a couple prayer cards to start off the Saturday. First one jumped. My arms are so shaky from the gym. I did back and buys. All right, we have direction. Super pretty, right? Lord, please show me the right action right now. Please bring me a sign and a miracle that gives clear direction. May I hear the promptings of my own body. And if for some reason I'm about to head the wrong way, please stop me. I love this, because when you're taking those steps, all you have to do is just, okay, this feels good. I'm going to go step towards that. And then you stop. That's funny. Then you stop and you say, universe, if I'm moving in the wrong direction, please stop me. Please give me a clear sign. And the way you can ask for signs is think of something super unique, like a goat. I always think of animals. You could say a star, like send me 3 stars in 2 days. Send me 3 goats by tomorrow. Send me 3 goats in a really weird way, not driving by a farm or something. Watch, you'll go to like a store and see like a goat keychain or something, or maybe one of your nieces or nephews or little people in your life, they come up with a goat stuffed animal and they had 30 stuffed animals to show you, but they picked the goat to put in your face. Kids are messengers. Kids are wonderful messengers. Spirit uses kids because they're pure. and they're fresh out of the womb. They've only been alive a couple years, so their light is really, really bright and energetic. And that's why we have to protect our children, because yeah, we just need to protect them, because people can take advantage of them, and they can smush them in a little bit, you know what I mean? Like kind of diminish their light. So, but anyway, that's a whole nother topic. But so kids are messengers. So if your son or daughter is saying something to you and it's hitting you like, that was really wise, or are they telling me I shouldn't eat this? Or if they say, hey, mom or dad, can we go here today? You go there, because that's spirit using them to take you somewhere, to meet somebody, to get an opportunity. And that's using that direction, asking for signs and saying, you know, if this is wrong, please tell me. There's a story I was just called to share about an ex of mine who, it was before we started dating, and the universe was letting him know that he should date me. And guess what it did? It started to send him hearts wherever he was. And he was actually on track to be engaged. And he went on a run one day, and he was just like, you know, thinking about me and thinking about the fact that he was like, you know, do I do this? Why am I so confused? I don't understand why Michelle would walk into my life if I'm supposed to get married. And he went on a run and just asked for signs. And there was a homeless man on the run that was like screaming, don't do it, don't do it. And he was like, oh my gosh. And then he came home, and his actual fiance was like cutting up a steak or something, or they were cooking, and there was a huge pool of steak juice, the juice or whatever, and it was in the shape of a heart. And so that was like his second sign. And then he found other hearts while he was there. So he was finding hearts when he was with her. And then a homeless man was screaming, don't do it. It's like the universe was confirming everything that he was feeling. He was already feeling like this isn't right. And that relationship for him was toxic. It wasn't healthy. They fought all the time, and they just weren't helping each other grow. And clearly him and I dated after that, but it didn't last, because sometimes people are just brought into each other's lives to help them grow and to help them make that leap of faith and help them understand how the universe works. So it was kind of unique how that happened. We started dating like a couple months after they had broken up, and it was an awesome time, and it was super fun. But sometimes we need that direction. Our heart is saying it, and our mind, we're like, something doesn't feel right. Like, I feel like I'm supposed to break up, or I'm supposed to leave this job. We can just ask for confirmation, and that's how you can get signs. A homeless man screaming, do it or don't do it. Isn't that clear as day? And a lot of people would blow that off, and they would stay, and then they would be in that marriage and be miserable 5 years later. And then they would, you know, break up. And it's not that it was a waste of time, but it was kind of like, hey, the universe was kind of nudging you back then, like, start paying attention. You're awake now. You can start listening. And as I was saying that, the Hidden Truth Oracle deck was staring at me. So if you are feeling called to leave something, this is more of like a relationship deck. So it's like what your partner might be saying to you. Let's just see what comes out, and then we'll interpret it. I hope that you can forgive me one day. So maybe this is somebody who is headed down the wrong direction, and they're sorry for taking so long, or they're sorry that they're not choosing you, and they're hoping that you can forgive them for their inability to see the signs, maybe. Or maybe how things played out, whatever it is for your situation. Let's get one more. What else do we have to say on that? I just had a vision of somebody not choosing you, and they stayed and they didn't listen to those signs. Wow, my life is not as together as it seems. I love this card, because this is like nobody's life is. Like people are so insecure sometimes about their life and they think like, oh no, I'm putting off this energy that my life is together and I got all my shit together. But like even the people that you think like, and honestly, let's think, what is having your shit together? Having money in the bank, having a nice house? No. Having your shit together to me is, are you a kind human? Can you receive compliments? Are you grounded? Are you always looking to help people? None of that has to do with your career, your money, or your home. You know, it's who you are. That's so beautiful. So if somebody out there is wondering and questioning their, I don't know, like their worth, maybe they think they're not worthy of you and that's why they didn't come towards you. And that's what they need to heal. And that they have to do that on their own. You can't teach them to love themselves and to accept themselves. That's like a limiting belief that they have, that they think they need to have money or a nice home to be loved. That's the conditioning that we all grew up with. So we can just honestly, and oh my gosh, I just said and I realize how often I say that in all of my videos. So I'm so sorry if that bothers anybody, because I know I watch other people and it drives me a little bonkers when they say words, but I also am really loving and I'm like, oh, they can't help it. So I'm going to try my best not to say that word as much as I can. It's just what I do when I'm waiting for spirit to give me the next thing to say, because I just channel. So I'm going to maybe try and like be pause and maybe not say it. But anyway, if your partner or somebody out there is thinking that their life needs to be in order for them to receive love, they have to unlearn that. They have to step into the love, go in that direction and say, this is me. You know, this is how I am. In the next 10 years, shit might not be together. And if we're together, how are we going to deal with it? I almost would rather personally start a partnership with somebody that we can grow and build a foundation together. So I think it's really beautiful when I see couples who like started from the bottom and then they work their way up. I wouldn't want to meet somebody where I'm at my best. I'd rather meet somebody where I'm not at my best and know that they love me in all ways. And then when we celebrate and when we get to wherever our spiritual enlightenment takes us, when we're in the flow, and when I say get there, getting there for me and for you should be being a good person, being compassionate, being of service in the world, knowing what lights you up and always doing that and not going and doing a job just for the money, learning the dance with the universe, following the signs. And then when you start taking action in all the ways that bring you joy, the universe accidentally, well, not accidentally, but you accidentally just get paid for doing it. The universe just brings you opportunities and money, and it'll bring you money that's like passive income or large chunks of money, because it's like, hey, you've been doing the work. I see you. Now it's time to reap the rewards. So all of that has to do with like, it's not about having your life in order, because the universe is the one that's in charge. And if you can just align yourself to understand that there's no standard, you just be you, be a good person, love the people around you, take care of yourself, be of service to the planet in some way. And that's having your life in order. So you can release that stigma that you need to have money, a nice house, a nice car to be able to provide for your woman or your man. Nope. You provide with your heart. And then your heart gets paid for doing whatever service you're doing out in the world. Okay. Another beautiful message. Thank you, spirits. We got the Lover's card. You guys saw how that jumped out. Yes. Look at that fiery passion, the red and the orange. And I love her hair. It's like he's just swept her off her feet. So good. And I like that she's like holding on to his hair too. They're like intertwined, immersed. And the Lover's card is also about decisions. I'm going to read it to you guys. My Palo Santo smells so good. Okay. It says, a choice Harmony, a lover or romantic relationship, friendship, unity, choosing to allow yourself to fall in love, healthy boundaries, soulmates. Magnetism, like magic, is coming into your life. You are sitting on the cusp of the type of profound connection that happens when two souls are intertwined. Did I say intertwined? Damn, I wish I could hit rewind real fast. I'm pretty sure I said intertwined. Happens when two souls are intertwined and their entanglement forever marks their individual paths. Often this card signifies that an important choice needs to be made. Will you embrace the spiraling energy that unwinds between two people who are beginning to connect and choose to shift into this relationship or not? Falling deeply into trust will be necessary in order to create a lasting bond. And growth around vulnerability, honesty, desire, intimacy is being called into the light to be healed. While partnerships are beautiful gifts on the path, you must also seek to give fully without weakening your resolve to remain whole. And I talked about that in another reading of making sure you're not immersing too much where you're trying to revolve your whole day around the other person. It's normal for somebody to be on your mind a lot, but also making sure you're consciously making an effort to not let it keep you from your passion and your purpose and your mission. If anything, that person should drive you without saying anything. Their energy should make you want to perform, and they should make you want to go work out and eat healthier. That's how you know that a person should be in your life, is when they energetically nudge you to be better. They don't even have to say anything. It's just their energy makes you want to be the best version of you. And then it says, remember that self-love is the key to balancing the duality of any relationship. The quote is, my heart is open to deeply meaningful relationships, and I expand into this union with loving trust. Awesome ending to these morning messages, to this reading. So what we started off with in the beginning about doors opening and doors closing, sweet ending to a new beginning. We're all being called to leave something else behind because there's a door open and we got to go walk through it, and it's going to be shaky and it's going to be uncomfortable, but you are brave. You have courage. You are strong. You can do it. Because guess what? When you walk through that and you get through that shaky part and you have anxiety and you feel like you're disappointing people in your life and you're worried about the judgment of what everyone else is going to say, you shush that noise, because you go to bed with you every single night. And if you haven't been sleeping and you're not happy in your life, those voices, they don't get a say in that. You do what makes you happy. This is your life. And I just was telling that woman on the call last night about getting divorced and seeing it as, you didn't get love for 10 years. And now the universe wants to give you everything you've ever dreamt of and what you deserve because you've been through a really tough time. So you have to walk through the door and receive everything that we've been sitting around dreaming up and wanting. It's right in front of you. We just have to step in and allow it. And what I was telling her was that when she left her marriage, she was teaching her children how to love themselves, because she was being an example of saying, I am this strong woman. I see that something in my life is not working, and I am choosing myself, and I am making a decision, and I'm opening the door and walking through it. I'm not abandoning my family. I'm not abandoning myself. I am teaching my children how to be sovereign and how to choose their happiness over everybody else, because that's what we're here to do. We are not here to people please. We are not here to do anything for anybody else. So if you are in a relationship right now, just like my client, and you've been in a long marriage and you feel trapped, you feel like there's no love, there's no growth, but you're staying for the kids, please don't do that. You are sending them the wrong message. Teach them how to take steps, how to take leaps of faith, show them what strength looks like, and do it in the most beautiful and graceful way. Be honest, be forthright, just be calm and grounded and speak your truth and say, universe, this is the direction I'm going to go in. If I'm headed in the wrong way, please stop me, but I'm going to go and I'm going to take this step. And I don't care if my life is not together. because I want to go to bed every night knowing that I chose myself. And the Lover's card is all about those decisions. It's all about self-love. So 2022, and if you see the Lover's card is number 6. So 2022 adds up to 6, 2, 4, 6. And that is all about the choices. So in 2022, all the lovers are coming together and people are having to make big changes in their life. And sometimes you might not know. You're like, do I take the step? Do I not? If you don't fully know yet, that's okay. Just keep trusting the journey. Like the book said, like the door will open and then one day you're going to wake up and you're just going to walk through it. And if you're not feeling ready for that yet, it's maybe not time yet. Maybe you need another week, but trust your heart, trust your soul. You're going to wake up one day and you're just going to know. It's going to be loud and clear. That happened to me both times. Or actually happened to me 4 times in my life. 2 times with leaving a career, and then 2 times with leaving a partnership. I knew I needed to do it. I kept going to bed every night knowing, and then I would just pray and say, all right, like put it in my heart, move me when the time is right. And it's like one day I just woke up and I just had the conversation very gently. And I was like, listen, I'm not happy. I don't know what's next, but I just know that I'm not happy with the way things are and I need some space. And I moved out and boom. And in my younger self, when I didn't follow my intuition, the universe made it happen for me. And it made certain things happen that were uncomfortable. And I've broken up, or we ended up breaking up in weird ways because I didn't make that decision and I didn't pray and I didn't take action when I felt it. I just kept putting it off. And I was actually guided to put it off by my therapist, which I kind of regret because I could have done it in a better way. And then the universe was like, well, if you're not going to do it, we're going to do it for you. And it made it happen. So I definitely guide you guys to follow your nudges, pray, ask to be shown the right way, ask to be shown the right direction, and everything will work out. And you'll get to be in that lovers, that everything I read in that book about that kind of connection. It's magnetic. It feels good. You're worthy of it. And, life is now. We have to live it as if it's not going to be here tomorrow. So I hope you like these messages. Like, comment, subscribe, share, do whatever you can to help me send these messages out to more people who might be in these difficult situations and they need this guidance. And if you're feeling called, if you feel a little like nudge in your body, when I say this, please email me. But if you feel called to book a personal reading with me, I would love to sit on Zoom with you and talk about your situation and guide you. And we can see what the cards say about your steps moving forward. Because sometimes we know the step and we're going to take it, but we kind of just need somebody to hold our hand when it starts to get shaky. And I can hold your hand. All right, lovies, I will see you tomorrow morning. Have a wonderful Saturday.